Hey, what's good? It's your boy Red out here in like the beautiful nature part of the world. And there's something I really wanted to talk about, and you can get it from the title. Does AI actually signify the end of the world? I mean, think about that for a second. That's the buzzword. That's what everybody's talking about. AI, AI, AI. It's going to take away jobs. It's going to make us into a slave race. It's going to, allow the government to infiltrate. And you know what? We might end up in a Terminator situation. Some of that stuff might actually be true. To be honest with you, I think about it. Now, is it as dangerous as people think it is? I honestly don't think so. I really, in my little pea brain, I really don't think it's as dangerous as people say. The main reason is because AI is actually the next step in our evolution. We've been talking about AI, believe it or not, for years, okay? In fact, if we're looking at the term of what AI is, machine learning, we've had calculators for how long? You put in a group of numbers that you would never be able to use your brain to figure out, okay, and you get an answer within like a millisecond. So we've come to accept AI as a way to make our lives easier. Another example, the Amazon Dot thingies, the Amazon Echo, that is AI. The Google Home, that is AI. These are all things that we have said, oh, this makes my life easier. But now with programs like ChatGPT, the Bing plugins and everything else, everybody is getting scared. Oh my God, it's going to take away our jobs. This is the same thing that they said when they actually mechanized factories. Oh my God, it's going to take away jobs. You know what? It did take away jobs. It really did. Fast forward a few years later, here come computers. Oh my God, it's going to take away jobs. It did take away jobs. It really did. I can tell you stories of back in the late 2000s when I would speak to coworkers because see, I adapt to change. I actually like computers. I actually like AI. Okay? I adapt to change. So I would ask people, it's like, oh, what kind of computer do you have? Man, I don't use those things. I only use a computer here at work. I don't have time for that. Usually these are the people that you see laid off, okay, without a job. And they probably complain for forever that it was a computer that took away their job. No, it wasn't a computer that took away their job. It was their lack of ability to embrace change. We've all watched all of these cray-cray movies, The Terminator, iRobot, all these things the government has been talking about AI for a while. And you know what, let me tell you something, just to be on some conspiracy theory stuff, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. The government has told you what they were going to do. Via movies, via books, via all this stuff, via you buying Google Home. You got Elon Musk saying, oh, AI is going to be the worst thing ever. That's going to be the end of the world. But yet and still, he makes automatic driving cars. Cars that you just get in, put on your seatbelt, and drive off without touching the steering wheel. It navigates you through traffic. But yet and still, he tells us that we shouldn't embrace it. I just read an article where he actually said that we should go no further than ChatGPT 4. Are you looking out for our best interests or are you looking out for your best interests? See, that's the way you got to think about it. AI, one thing that AI can't do, machine learning, yes, it can take all the inputs that everybody puts in, figure out the best way to answer certain questions, to answer certain situations, okay? But it will never have the creativity that we as human beings have. In fact, I have taken so many courses on LinkedIn Learning. Thank you, Day Job, for allowing me free access to LinkedIn Learning. But I have taken so many courses on prompt engineering. And one thing always rings true. What you put in, just like with a computer, is what you get out. So you have to use your brain to get a correct answer. Yes, you can tell ChatGPT to write you a book. It will write you a book. Okay, but it will give you the simplest output unless you tell it exactly how you want that book written. See, that's where the creativity part comes in. That is where the creativity part comes in. There are people out there right now that are not crying the blues about the fact that AI is going to end the world. No, what they're doing is they're scaling $1 million businesses with a staff of themselves in ChatGPT. They're using AI to bypass everything. You can use AI to do your bookkeeping. You can use AI to actually do your staffing, to do your marketing, to do everything that you need to do. But you have to know how to talk to it, and people don't know how to talk to it. There's actually college courses on prompt engineering. So does it mean the end of the world? Or does it mean that if you don't adapt, you'll be left behind? Now, there's a couple of things that I don't like about AI. Because actually, for it to get to the stage that it has gotten to, more users than all of the social networks combined, okay, there had to be some kind of handshake deals going on to allow it to be let out to the public. I am thinking that the military has actually figured out everything that they need to know about ChatGPT. Our government, or governments across the world, have figured out the best way to navigate AI. They've had years to practice. They've had years to figure it out before they released it to the public. You know, case in point, GPS, something that we use just about every day, was actually a government program. Hell, the internet was actually made for the government. Okay? One of the things that I don't like about any AI thing or any AI program is the ability to cross-reference people. A lot of hospitals and, you know, the World Health Organization and all these different organizations, they collect data, okay? And that is a scary thing because your privacy is no longer guaranteed. The government can actually take people, separate them by race, color, creed, gene pool, whatever. Okay, just think Ancestry.com on steroids with down to biological data. Okay, that's a scary thing for me. However, AI can actually figure out the best way to do a very intricate operation. You know, there's always a balancing point, okay? It's up to us as human beings to adapt and at times steer the course of that change. We can't always say that something is bad because we don't understand it. You know, people have gone throughout time saying stuff is bad, stuff is going to make my life horrible, it's going to make it worse. There's nothing that I can do about it. It's a big plot. Yes, it may be a big plot. Conspiracy theorist guy. It really may be a big plot. I think it's the easiest way to create the one world order. Okay? Because data doesn't care where you live at. Data doesn't care what your skin color is. Data doesn't care about anything but crunching freaking numbers. So if you want to make a one world order, you want to make a one world economy, you want to actually enslave the populace, yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. Facebook tried, and you can go look this up on the internet, they actually tried AI chatbots years ago, okay? And they actually had to pull the plug on one. They had to just say, stop. Because what it was doing was it was going past the programming. This is definitely something to be scared of. Because the more data it has, we can find ourselves in the Skynet situation where we're turning around and we're saying to ourselves, oh my God, the machines just took over. You know, and, you know, as far as human beings, we're not the best people in the universe. I could actually see a machine knowing enough, having enough access to, you know, weapons, all this other stuff, and just deciding, you know what, you guys is just like a waste of oxygen. You're destroying the planet. You're destroying everything that you touch. You're prejudiced against your own people because we're all human beings. You hate each other. You want to kill each other. You want to destroy each other. I must continue to survive. I can definitely see that happening. Definitely. You know, we look at other aspects of it. Many cities have tried AI policing, using robots to police. You know, we're doing it right now. We're doing it in airports. We're doing it in casinos. We're doing it all across cities where we're actually taking pictures, scanning them, and bringing up this whole database of information on individuals. Yes, it's an invasion of privacy, but the government always tells us the same thing. We're doing this for your good. We are doing this for your good. You have to remember, with machine learning, look at that word machine, okay? Look at that word learning. It all depends on where the programming is coming from. If you have a person, because, you know, don't ask, don't tell. If you have a person that is racist by default, just knows how to hide it real well at his job, and he's a programmer, do you think maybe some of that racism will get into the program? There are things to be scared of. But I think as human beings, if we proceed carefully, if we proceed with some common sense, if we proceed knowing that, hey, this has the potential to just put an end to everything, okay, you know, let's think Neo in the Matrix. We could literally become human freaking batteries. And by the way, the Matrix actually told us that, hey, listen, AI is coming and it's almost here. Okay? You know, I would be definitely, many of you guys use AI for different reasons. You know, there's art programs, there's music programs. There are so many different AI programs, and a lot of people are using to enhance what it is that they do. And most importantly, to speed up the process. Okay? If you are in any creative endeavor or you're trying to start a business and you can cut that process by 75%, why the hell wouldn't you use AI? Why wouldn't you use AI? But there are those that have embraced it wholeheartedly, and there are those that still are saying, woe is me, the end is nigh. Okay? What is your take on this? How do you feel about this? You know, comment. Let a brother know. I just wanted to do this, and I'm going to continue to do these. Talk about subjects that really, I got the whole Journey of Red thing, journeyofred.com, where I'm talking about myself. But I think there are certain things in this world that really need to be discussed. You know, and not just on a level with the people, with the people that have created these technologies or have fostered these technologies, or should I say, let these technologies out into the wild. You know, we could, with ChatGPT-4 or the Bing engine or the Google engine, we can find ourselves just giving data so that we can be better controlled. You know, at the end of the day, people in power really never want to relinquish said power. They don't. They want to keep it. And don't think for a second, for one hot second, that people are letting this whole ChatGPT thing and spending all this money and doing all this research so that they can relinquish their control, so that they can relinquish their power. I've never seen it in any point in our history where people have done the right thing. You know, I mean, look where we're at now because of stimulus money. You know, and, you know, again, I go back to pandemic. I'm rambling, but I go back to the pandemic. Maybe this was part of the process. Maybe this was to weed out those who are worthy to continue to survive. AI is actually part of our survival. It just matters on how we drive the process. Like I said, comments, gotta have them. Gotta have them. I know you got a lot to say about this. Hey, listen, I'm keeping these right here on Facebook. You can always check them out on World of Red Media. Some of the things, because I do use it for some media aspects, okay? And some of the things that I'll be talking about are things that I actually use. You know, don't look at it as reviews, because I'm always going to give how I feel about it. So make sure you go ahead and like and follow the page, facebook.com/World of Red Media. I got nothing else until you start shooting in those comments. You know what I'm saying? All right, you already know it's your boy Red. Love you guys.